we generally accept that at our core as human beings, we need to be loved, and we want to give and receive love. So why would too much love be a problem? It seems like a strange setup, but it is. It doesn't always work. You think about relationships like a parent-child relationship. You'll sometimes have a parent who really wants to be close to their kid, and they keep bringing love, but it seems like that's actually having the opposite effect. It's like pushing the kid away. Or in any relationship, that there can be the opposite of the intended outcome when this love is involved in high levels. Why is that? As the human race, we generally accept that we need to all love each other and get along. I mean, people know that all over the world. People know that within societies, but it's very hard to get it done. Even though we have that baseline, it's very hard to get people to live together. Why? Why is it like that? Even near-death experiences, I think about people who go and have these spiritual encounters and they meet this great sense of a being of love or being totally unconditionally loved. When they come back here into this world, they often have a hard time reintegrating. Even though they have all this love for everyone, it just doesn't match with people. It's not assimilated people. What are you doing? What are you talking about? So why doesn't love, if love is the most important thing in the world, why doesn't it work in all these situations? And I think it comes down to what Swedenborg says about God. He says that God is love, but not just love. God is actually love and wisdom together. And that is a dynamic that may inform all of our situations. So if you have these feelings, right? You care about people, but without the knowledge of the means and the mechanisms as to how to help, it doesn't matter how much love you have, because you're not going to be able to get through and get things done. For example, in relationships, you can have two people in a couple that really care about each other, but they keep getting in each other's way, they keep making each other upset, and they can't seem to salvage the relationships. That's why you get these books popping up, like, the 5 love languages. That's where they did these studies and found out that there's people who interpret love in different ways. So you could be thinking, I'm just giving love to this person. I'm doing these things that are the most loving things. Why isn't it working? But to your partner, the way their mind is structured, that actually doesn't register as love. It registers as something else, and they feel like you're not giving them the thing that they do need. So there's this whole difference in the way that love is received, and that's a wisdom thing. You've got to know the mechanism you're dealing with, and that will create love. In the human race, we have these complex social dynamics, and there's all this study that goes into it. People learn about if group A is doing this, how does that affect group B, and how is group B going to react? We all have to know each other's needs and how things are affecting each other to get along with it. With near-death experiences, there's this complex re-entry because the nature of spiritual things is complicated. Swedenborg was finding, Swedenborg wrote 27 volumes. He could have just written one. It's all love, page 1, but it's not like that. There's as much complexity and nuance in the spiritual world as there is in the physical. So what do I think? If you're feeling like you have too much love, you should try adding wisdom. Take some of that energy and put it into getting the knowledge you need to accomplish the things your love wants to do, because Swedenborg says they have to happen in tandem like that. This is True Christianity 739. It says, now you see that heavenly joys and eternal happiness are not a matter of where you are, but what your state of life is. A heavenly state of life comes from love and wisdom. Because usefulness is what contains love and wisdom, a heavenly state of life is a matter of the partnership between love and wisdom in usefulness. So it's not all love. It's love and wisdom together in the same measure. That's how they're able to accomplish something. Because when you say you have a lot of love, really you're probably talking about you want to impact people in a certain way. You want to make them feel a certain way. You want to provide for their life. That's usefulness, and it's only going to happen if you have love and wisdom as close to this in the same amounts as you can. And that is what creates the state of mind that Swedenborg is calling heaven. So there's a couple thoughts on love and the surplus of it.